Nollywood director Onesoul is concerned about domestic violence, but his take on the matter is rather different from what we are used to. In his new movie, he highlights some of the frustrations that can make a marriage go south.
Baby, I am happy for you.
No! I tell you my plans and you go straight to the bad things that can happen. How is that being happy for me?
Okay, no, Asla, it's okay.
Advocates against domestic violence have always had a bias for women and children, as society agrees that this class of individuals require protection. But Nollywood director Ide Chukwuma Innocent, popularly called Onesoul, hopes to bring the plight of men to light with his new movie, Wife Beater.
Andy, I'm talking to you! You're ignoring me! You're ignoring me, Andy! Can you imagine? Despite what everybody said, I still stayed with you. Even when my mother said, I still stayed. With your low productivity, I still stayed with you. What did I get to return? A miscarriage! What's up? Where are you coming from? That perfume seems very perfumed.
Okay, listen, we went for a drink. We ended up not going for the drink.
The film, written by J.P. Wordsmith, which tells the story of a newlywed, seeks to expose the frustrations men experience in relationships which lead them to becoming monsters.
Andy, she's my mother and the closest family member to me aside you.
Good morning to you, ma.
The morning would have been good if I at least started with a good night's rest. I was up most part of the night. I could not sleep.
Okay, man, please calm down. Please calm down. He's like a son to you.
One thing that catches my attention about that script is because for the first time, I got a script that would be creating some level of balance in the area that has to do with domestic violence. You know, I'm used to getting scripts or seeing films that relate to domestic violence, but this time it deals strictly on the woman being abused, you know, always by the man. You know, we all know these days there are relationships, whether marital or just normal courtship that happens, and then there's going to be some level of abuse happening there with the guy hitting the woman. That's always people's definition about domestic violence. But the truth is, there's never been an avenue where people can literally explore that subject matter and really get to deal with the real problem of domestic violence. You see, to me, there are different forms of domestic violence. The physical one, the emotional one, and the psychological one. Which these three parts are like the major, you know, angles of domestic violence. But we have paid more attention to the physical abuse, which has to do with the woman being the victim, because the man gets to hit her physically. You see evidence of her being abused by the man. But then the emotional and the psychological one, 90% of the men go through that, which has to do with the woman abusing the man psychologically and emotionally, you know. And then with the me and my guys carrying our research, we got to find out that the physical abuse part, it's actually the last part of the whole process. You know, before the physical contact really happens, there is always the emotional and the psychological one. The emotions get, you know, abused. The psychological part gets abused before the physical stage happens. And then the emotion and the psychological happens to be with the man going through his own thing by the woman taking him through that process before he gets to lose it.
You pregnant, did I? Did you help me stay pregnant? You know what? I'm beginning to think you're got to be rich!
Playing the embattled husband is Anthony Monjaro. His character, Andy, is a middle-class gentleman who finds himself in a difficult situation following his marriage to a lady who seemed to be the perfect mate. He later finds out otherwise, but it's too late.
I'm beginning to think people are kind of stereotyping me, you know, putting me for all these bad roles. But I previously had played a role in a film that I did in Switzerland, which I'm finishing in about 2 weeks from now, where I play an abusive husband. So my research was based really on that one prior to this one itself. And it's almost a case where you don't necessarily have to research it, but you know what's going on. You do a lot of online research. The fortunate thing is that you have Google now, where you can Google and YouTube. You can go online and actually see people's stories and see what their psyche is, what their mindset is. And like where the director was coming from is more of a case where it wasn't just the woman's point of view, now it's the man's point of view. Where does it get to a point where this guy who would never touch a woman before actually crosses over to the point where he hits his woman for the first time? Where does he go from there? Because normally they say when you do the first time, it will happen again.
I said I am hungry.
Andy, if you're going to make this room unbearable for me, because...
Though his character turns out abusive, Monjaro says violence is an option he will never explore.
We are physically built stronger, so you could always walk away from a situation. No matter how bitter, no matter how poisonous a woman's mouth is, you don't really take out your frustration. You can walk away. And I always say that, I say, I'm not married yet. When I get married, I would tell my wife, I say, the day I say I'm going to buy milk, if you want me to stay, hold me. If you don't, then no, I will never come back. You can't be in a situation that's so abusive that you don't find a way out. You have to be able to control your situation. And no matter how bad it is, no matter how poisonous a woman's mouth could get, don't let yourself go where you end up, beating a woman, regardless whether it's just a slap or whether it's serious beating or whatever. Yeah, just cut away from it.
Newbie Monique Samuel plays the wife, Asa, an opinionated rich lady who falls in love and marries a man of her choice against her mother's wish.
My friend is gonna...
Mommy, please now. Hey. Please, listen, I will do anything to make it right. Asa, please now.
This is me making it right for you. I don't want to be here anymore.
Let me imagine. You want me to leave my daughter here with you? Later you come back and tell me that she fell, hit her neck or with sleeves or whatever. Eh? Let's get out of here, please. Look at her face. See, your fingers have made prints all over it. And you want me to leave her here? My friend, let's get out!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
For Samuel, the movie presents an opportunity to prove herself.
This is my second lead role, but the first one wasn't as challenging as this one. So I wanted to prove myself, and because I was working with this fantastic actor who's already known, and I'm just an upcomer, I think I was able to shock people because they didn't think I could do it. So I wanted to make a point that whatever you put your mind to, you can actually achieve it. So it was kind of challenging. It was kind of challenging for me, but because I wanted to prove a point and because I wanted to tell them that I could do this. Acting is a passion for me, and I can actually take this and make it mine. I think that was that was it.
Wife Beater also stars veteran actors Bimbo Manuel, Buki Wright, Casey Ejelonu, and several others.
Baby, please give me one more chance, okay? I'm begging you. Listen, I would never raise my hands to you again. Baby, I am sorry. Now you know I love you. Please, I love you. Listen. You just want misunderstanding. And we can resolve this case. Let me talk to your mom now.
You better tell this boy to leave me alone.